I'm Madison. I am a bartender. I love it. It's kind of my dream job because I really love serving beer to strange men who try to touch my hands. It's pretty awesome. I have some pretty stellar interactions with men at my job. Recently, at the end of my shift, a man asked me out, and I was like, oh, that's so flattering. I do have a boyfriend. I was lying, but I have found it's easier to get a guy to stop bothering you if you say, oh no, another man has already claimed me. But not this guy. He was really in it to win it. I said, oh, I have a boyfriend, and he said, oh, okay. But is it going well? And then it put me in a position to just like defend this fake relationship. I was like, oh, it is, I just met his parents. We're fostering a dog. I've been getting kind of consistently the same feedback on my appearance from men. Several of them have said, hey, you've got really good skin. Okay, I'll take it. But as far as compliments to a woman you've never met before go, you have really good skin is kind of one of the more murdery ones. Like if a woman says, oh, you have really good skin, I'll be like, thanks, Queen, Cetaphil slays. But if a man says you have really good skin, all I can hear is, God, you'd make a great goddamn lampshade, sweetheart. I got dumped a year ago, and then a bunch of times after that, but also a year ago. I realized that I am someone who tends to get dumped as opposed to doing the dumping. Anybody else? I feel safe here. Great, love it. But that's okay, I get dumped and that's okay, but recently I did get to do a little dumping myself. Yeah, I got to do a big dump all by myself. I broke up with someone by accident. Have you ever texted your friend, I'm gonna break up with him tomorrow, but you didn't text your friend? You texted your boyfriend who's in the other room, and then he yells, you're gonna break up with me tomorrow? And then you have to break up with him today. Next topic. I'm the oldest kid in my family by like kind of a lot. So that meant that I spent a lot of my formative years around like pregnant women and infants. So I became the precocious 10-year-old on the playground who is like telling everybody what an epidural is. If you don't know, just find me after the show, I'll tell you. But I do love my family. I have an anxious dad. Anybody else have an anxious dad? Yeah, it's awesome. It teaches you how to be anxious for the rest of your life. I learned such cool shit from him. Like, I learned that you're supposed to get to the airport 4 hours early to just kick it in a Hudson News. Just chow down on a Kind bar and catch up on your magazines. It's the best. I also learned to do phone wallet keys. You guys know phone wallet keys? It's where you check for your phone, your wallet, your keys. When I was a kid, my dad would do phone wallet keys with such intensity that it was like watching modern dance. It was beautiful. Like, oh, I don't have much space here, but it was like we'd be walking somewhere, and my dad would be walking somewhere, and it would be like. I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of modern dance, but that's really good. I have a friend who's been making me feel kind of insecure lately. Like, she's like my hot friend. And to clarify, I also think that I am hot. But I'm sort of hot in a way where, like, you know, you see me on the street, you look me up and down, you go, good skin. And then you just keep walking. But my hot friend and I, we we went to get ice cream recently, and we were having some samples, talking to the ice cream guy who worked in the store, and then a man walked in, and I could immediately tell he was going to bring some chaos to Van Leeuwen. And he sees me and my friend talking to the guy, and he turns to my friend, and he goes, "What does he have that I don't have?" And she goes, "Excuse me?" And then he whips off his sweatshirt to reveal, like, unfortunately, a very ripped body and a tattoo that I can only describe as Victorian wallpaper that shows no signs of stopping. And he says to her, "Why do beautiful women like you always go for guys like that? This is the weakest I've ever been." And eventually he leaves, and my friend is like, "Oh my God, that was so scary." And I was like, "It was so scary, you're right. Do you think when he said beautiful women, he was talking about both of us?" I don't do drugs, but I have been using a lot of Monistat 1 recently. Working my way up to recreational use of boric acid suppositories. If you don't know what either of those things are, you either do not have a vagina or you have a perfect one. Congratulations. Those are yeast infection medications. I have chronic yeast infections, okay? And one time in college, I had a yeast infection that was so bad that I did get prescribed boric acid suppositories, which, if you don't know what it is, it's like, it's the powder that you sprinkle on the floor to dry up cockroaches, but it goes in your pussy. And my doctor was really clear with me when she prescribed it. She was like, "While you are using this medication, you cannot have sex of any kind because you could literally kill your sexual partner." Literally kill your sexual partner. And let me tell you, those 10 days that I was walking around campus with an absolutely lethal snatch, those were the best 10 days of my life.